This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, McGuire, Yanis, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Deyvis, Ferreira, Margaret, Big C, Bennett, Williamson, Dylan C, Hannah Green, Noralia, Jordan Gower, Geof, Searles, Erik Reed, Greysin, Ishara, Ashlee Bradley, and Laura Lewis. And before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome Joshua Feezer to the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. We really, truly appreciate it. In this episode, we are talking about Chapter 27 of The Gathering Storm.
Yeah, Chapter 27 is The Tipsy Gelding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I have to say, how does Matt find that out?
What it's called?
Yeah.
Was there no...
There's only a picture of a kind of drunk horse.
Oh.
But there's no words on that sign.
Okay.
And then we go in, and we see everything that happens in there, and then at the very end of the chapter, he's like, they left the Tipsy Gelding. And I was like, hey.
Okay.
Because it was such a rundown place that they didn't even have a sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. Because I was trying to figure out, like, what a gelding is. And, like, I kind of know.
Horse.
Well, it's more complicated than that.
Is it? Is that your fun fact?
It's not, but it's going to be my second fun fact.
Okay.
Because I kind of got into the weeds on this one.
Yeah, I certainly know what tipsy means.
Yeah, I got that part
covered. And now
covered.
That's my favorite in name.
Okay.
Although I am questioning the validity of the in name.
Yeah.
If Matt's just decided that this is what it's called.
Just start a committee to see the validity of the in name. Okay, so gelding is a castrated animal, which is especially like a male horse is usually what it refers to.
Yep.
But can also refer to other animals like ponies, donkeys, mules, bulls, things like that. But then I kind of got into the bull situation because an ox is what you call like a castrated bull.
Okay.
And that's what an ox is. And I never really thought about what an ox is.
Sure.
But it's just like it's a bull or a cow usually. And like the rules sometimes change apparently. But that...
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But castrated male cattle are also called steers. That's also a name for them. So then I had to Google, like, is an ox a bull? And then this is the description Google gives me. A female is a cow. A castrated male is a steer. A male is a bull. And an ox could be any of them, but usually it's a castrated male.
Cool.
So then the gelding is a male horse, but a stallion is an intact male horse. And then a young intact male is a colt. And then the male horse that has been gelded is a gelding. And then the adult female horse is a mare. So all these like horse names and stuff, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Just flying around my head. And I guess this is then the Tipsy Gelding. Okay.
The horse is drunk.
Does that help?
Nope.
Probably because he got castrated.
Oh my. Yeah, well, I found it in the book. It says, no sign hung out front, just a wooden board carved with what looked like a drunken horse that sat inside one of the windows. And none of those windows had glass.
Yeah.
And then they go in.
Yeah. So I figured it out. So as the night goes on, there's a point when people start running to bring their family to the inn here. Yeah. To the tavern, I guess.
Yeah.
And it says, people are running to drag them to the Tipsy Gelding, as the inn is called. So apparently it kind of happens like a little bit off screen.
Name. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like in between.
I missed that little section because then later it was like they ran out of the Tipsy Gelding. Yeah. And I was like, how did they even know it was called
it's stuck in there. At some point, someone's like, gotta go get everybody to come to the Tipsy Gelding, probably. Something like that.
Something like that.
It's a reenactment.
That's fine.
It's good.
It's good.
Okay, you ready for the real fun fact?
Sure.
And then we can dive into this totally normal, regular village.
Yeah.
That's not weird at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I did a fun fact on ancient roads. I know you're really excited about this because Matt and Tom are on the way to the village, right? Matt and Tom are heading down the ancient road that's super broken down.
I should have bought that shirt.
Oh, yeah, I know. I thought you did. You lied to everyone in Discord.
Oh, I didn't buy it. It was a joke.
You you're like, hey, this is my new shirt.
It was a joke.
You didn't even buy it?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I was going to spend money on that.
You spend money on all sorts of crap. You absolutely should have bought that.
It said, fun fact, I don't care.
I know. It would have applied
It
here.
was such a good. It was like a Walmart shirt. I was
Can't believe you didn't buy it. You buy Walmart crap all the time.
You wanted me to have that shirt?
Sure.
Oh, I thought you would be offended by me having that.
I would be, but that doesn't mean I don't
Where
want you
am I
to
gonna
have
wear it?
Here, right now.
Okay.
This is the time.
To Jordan Con?
Nope, just here.
Okay. Because I was like, I don't think I'm gonna wear that in public. Like, it was not like that nice shirt.
Anyways, okay, back to the roads, because Tom's like, hey, it's probably been here since before the breaking. So we're talking like over 3,000 years old. And I was like, whoa, that's old. So I decided to dive a little bit into old roads.
Okay.
And then I got a little bit into the weeds and reading about ancient roadways and general upkeep of them and how some of them are designed with, water drainage and such. I'm not going to bore with you with that.
I'm already bored, so...
I'm going to make you do a guessing game here.
Okay, that's one way to engage me.
I'll give you some general information first. We've got like lots of different roads, and lots of them are old.
Cobblestone.
I'm not asking for like types of materials they used.
That's the only type of old road I know.
Okay, so we've got like the Silk Road as a trade route between China and India, Europe and Arabia. It's about 2,000 years old, right? There's the Persian Royal Road, the Old Great North Road in Australia. There's like lots of roads that are about 2,000 years old.
Okay.
Apparently, roads that are 2,000 years old, not special. There's so many of them.
Okay.
Nobody cares.
Okay.
Then you've got like some 2,800-year-old roads like the Grand Trunk Road, linking the Indian subcontinent together. But we've got the oldest road, and I need you to guess how old it is, and then where you think it might be.
The oldest road.
The oldest known road that we, know of.
It is...
According to the internet. So, if I'm wrong about this,
it is 3,500 years old.
Okay.
And it is in Egypt.
That's actually a really good guess.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good guess. Did you have any, No.
Well, I was thinking, like Mesopotamia. I don't know how long ago that was.
Sure.
I was thinking, Roman Empire.
Yeah.
We just watched that Alexander the Great thing, so that's kind of
Sure.
on my mind.
Okay. So the oldest known paved road was actually constructed in Egypt, and it's called the Lake Morris Quarry Road, and it runs to Giza because it was a road that helped bring rock to the Pyramid of Giza.
Of course it did.
It's about 4,500 years old,
Ooh, that's old. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have dates. I don't really...
That's fine. That's fine.
That part I don't know.
So 30, you're only 1,000 years off. That's pretty good.
It, yeah.
Easy.
Okay.
And you didn't go over, so
All right.
Okay, not the oldest road, though. There's one other... Well, there's probably a couple others, but...
Older than 4,500?
Yeah, there's the oldest road.
The
oldest one that I could find.
Okay.
How old is it?
6,000 years old.
You're right.
Nice.
It's about 6,000 years old.
Oh, woohoo!
Yeah. And where is it?
China.
Good guess. No, it's in England.
Oh, I was going to say Europe.
Okay.
There's a lot of places I could have said.
That's a very...
Yeah.
Earth.
Yeah.
No, actually.
No.
Okay, so it's the Post Track. I don't know if that was what the name was or is just now, but it's a prehistoric causeway, so it's not paved necessarily, because a causeway is like a track that runs across lower wet places or a piece of water made of earth or whatever.
Okay, I can even hear how bored you are with your own fun fact right now.
Yeah, I'm not getting... Well, I didn't want to explain what a causeway is because it's different than a paved road.
Please don't.
So the whole thing is the paved road, about 4,500 years old. I think it checks out that this chapter, it checks out that it makes sense for old roads.
Sure.
Okay? I'm giving it the thumbs up.
Old roads.
Old roads.
Got
They're
it.
old. It works.
Okay, I like the gelding fun fact better. I don't think we needed the roads.
There's a lot of castration in that one, though. So
there was, but I still don't think we needed a secondary other worse fun fact.
Yeah, well, that's your opinion. So
I'm going to go see if that trip's still there tomorrow. I'm sad now I didn't.
You just lift up your sweater.
Fun fact, I don't care.
Oh, man, okay. Let's get into this. This is a fun chapter.
That's a real shirt. That's just being sold.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Chapter 27, the Tipsy Gelding. And I think we have to change Lava Man Manor in the Discord to the Tipsy Gelding.
You are in control of that.
I think we have to do that. Although I do like Lava Man Manor.
Yeah.
But
this is an official name.
This is better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the chapter symbol is the 5 dice.
Right.
Because duh.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so we're going to enter in a Matt perspective. Matt and the crew are on their way into town for a night of drinking and gambling. And this is right where we left off.
Yeah.
And we find out he did not manage to get rid of the Aes Sedai.
Of course not. Like, of course they're going into town.
With him.
Yeah, but he's ahead of them slightly because he's proving a point or something.
Slightly.
Because, as a reminder, the last thing that happened between, like, Matt and Jolene was she was like, hey, give me horses. And he was like,
no.
Up yours.
Yeah.
Basically, so.
Well, he said, you can have a couple. And she was like, I want more than that.
Yeah,
and he
not
said,
24.
No, 24.
Right.
That's right, not 20.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, so he has 3 Aes Sedai, 2 warders, and 5 of his soldiers, Talmanis and Tom Maryland with him.
And a pack animal.
Yeah,
but not Aludra, not Amathera, not Eggianan.
Okay, it sounded like... So did they just stay back in the camp?
Yeah, because the 7,000 band...
I know,
they're
but
all
it also sounded sort of like they left.
No, they're just
left back.
They're just hanging.
Like,
they're hanging
where
out.
are they going?
They're not going
into
into the village.
Okay.
Yeah, because the whole point is we don't want to spook this village.
Yeah,
but
no,
also
we
can't completely avoid the village because there's too many of the band, so they're gonna get noticed one way or another. So this way, at least we're gonna go make our presence known.
Yeah, and we gotta get some supplies and stuff.
We do, like alcohol.
Right.
Yeah, ale, maybe wine.
Some food.
Right. Yeah.
Now there are a few hours left until night. And Matt is really trying not to let anything get him down.
Yeah.
Because this is what life is all about.
Yeah, he's living it up.
Traveling wife-free. I hate traveling
pinching mermaids and gambling and drinking and not thinking about your wife.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Not even once.
Pinching barmaids and not thinking about if Tuon is doing okay.
Is she okay?
We miss her.
I hope she's okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not thinking about that, though.
No. I'm kind of upset with how little I like Matt.
Why?
I don't know. He's just not like funny.
Okay.
He's not funny Matt.
Sure. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm upset about it. I'm still grieving, Robert Jordan Matt.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like the amount of times that Matt says burn me.
Yeah.
You could do a drinking game and be wasted.
We could do that.
At the end of this chapter.
Right.
Like, burn me. Like, just so many times in one paragraph, it's like one time there's like 5 times.
Yeah.
I was like, that's ridiculous. That's too many times for Matt to swear so much.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Yeah. Matt's totally not a swearing kind of guy. But that's fine. Brandon Sanderson finds his stride with Matt. Mm-hmm. And just imagine it's like Matt is going through a little bit of like a troubled phase.
Gambling part.
Sure.
That part's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's just off his game because he misses Tuon. He's like, he doesn't know what to do. So we'll get back to regular Matt soon. And just don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay.
Just go with it.
I don't want to. Anyway.
Would you rather have this Matt or no Matt? Because that was the option.
I know. I guess I'll take this, Matt.
Oh my god.
I know.
Say it so sadly.
I know. Well, okay. So Tom rides up beside Matt and he's rereading his letter from Moraine again.
Right.
And we just needed a reminder that this exists and it's a thing that they're going to do.
Well, Tom's eager to go. Matt doesn't actually quite know why. He hasn't figured out that whole relationship thing, but it's because Tom loves her.
Clearly.
Right? It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's the only explanation that makes any sense.
Yeah. And we're heading towards Camelin.
Yes, we are.
And the mention of 4 kings happens a lot in this chapter.
It does.
Several times.
One of the major towns, right?
I'm like, ooh. And Matt only kind of sort of remembers the last time he was in 4 Kings.
Yeah.
But that's where he had his whole blinding thing.
Exactly, yeah. With the lightning and all that.
Yep.
Okay. So we got a little bit of callbacks here, which is nice. But it is kind of interesting, too, because Matt does point out, like you said, we are literally on the way. We have to go by Camelin anyways. We got to get supplies. We can't just wander around the wilderness because Matt actually doesn't know exactly where the tower is. Like, we know Bail Daman knew and all that. It's along the river, but we have to do some actual intel gathering here. But also, Matt's the only guy, like, of the 3 boys who doesn't have an Aes Sedai who can travel. Like, he's the only one right now who can't travel.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't have Ashaman. He doesn't have Aes Sedai who can, use gateways. Mm-hmm. He's the only guy who's stuck literally walking still, and it sucks.
Well...
It'll change, hopefully, once we get to Camelin, because we've got people who know how to travel there.
Yeah.
But, like, until that point, we're kind of stuck just going with it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just trying to think, because he was with Aes Sedai, but then the Seanchan invaded.
Yeah.
And he got trapped, and... Elaine and Nynaeve
they all left.
And Aviendha left.
Via gateway that exploded.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, we are stuck wandering the countryside.
Yeah. But this whole thing makes Matt think about how he's going to have to go get wrapped up with those snakes and foxes again.
Yeah, back in their schemes and such.
Yeah. But he can't let Tom go alone, and this time he's going to settle his debt with them.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny, too, that he holds such a grudge.
Yep.
And it's like, I would love magical items and
No,
cool memories.
this is no, because we're traumatized, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit of...
You would love trauma?
You know what? If I have to live with it anyways, I might as well get some cool magical stuff out of it.
I know, but you don't have to live with it.
What? Well, no, but you know what I'm saying? Like, give me ancient battle memories, make me super cool.
Okay.
You know?
He seems a little distraught with it.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Okay. What I do think is interesting, though, is his thought process about going in to rescue Moraine. So first off, he's like, hey, what happens if we do rescue her and, like, bring her out? And then what happens if Rand finds out? Like, how is that going to work with Rand, knowing now that Moraine is, in fact, still alive?
Yes.
And just got rescued. So how is that going to go with Rand? Hypothetical. Like, if all that goes down, Moraine gets saved, and then Rand finds out.
Moraine is going to be upset with that boy.
Is she?
Oh, man.
Why?
He is...
Oh, like for how bad he's doing right now?
Oh, he is doing so bad.
Okay.
He is doing so horribly.
I thought you were all on board with the cold and, you know, emotions don't matter.
I am, but Moraine's going to hate it.
Moraine's not going to like it. Okay, that makes sense.
She's not going to like anything that he's doing because that's just not her style to like anything that Rand's doing, so...
Is it going to, like, help Rand deal with his problems? Is it going to make him better or worse or, like, neutral? Like
better or neutral. I don't think anything can make anything worse at this point.
That's fair. Like, being alive isn't going to make him worse.
No.
But it could help.
It could help.
It could do nothing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. But then Matt's thought process is, okay, so we go in, Moraine's alive. That also means that potentially Lanfear is alive in there too. And Matt might have to rescue a Forsaken.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, would I actually do that? And again, this is another good hypothetical game. So hypothetically, would Matt rescue Lanfear if the opportunity presented itself?
Yes.
Like, we know Lanfear's not there.
Yeah.
She's not.
No.
But would he do it?
Probably.
Would Moraine let him do it?
Maybe not. No.
Okay. That's the thing.
Well, that's my whole thing is, I bet Moraine killed Lanfear when they were in there.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's so funny. Okay.
Anyway, Matt reassures Tom that they'll get there as soon as they can.
Yeah,
basically.
like we're going to do it. It's just like soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Ugh.
In like 2 or 5 books.
There are only 2 after this.
Shoot. Oh, no. Okay.
Okay, so we're still wandering down this road. Matt and Tom are reminiscing about the past, and they're traveling together about how Matt was pretty good at juggling and Rand was good at the flute.
Yeah, that's kind of how it started. There's like literally 3 pages of the reminiscing and the like nostalgia bug and all this stuff. Like there's so much. And it's nice that they're kind of getting back to chit-chatty and having fun.
A little bit.
We don't get to see Matt have very much fun all the time. Like
that's true.
And then a tough go.
At some point here, Matt does have the color swirls when he's thinking about Rand.
Right.
And he sees Rand without a hand, and he's like...
It's not the first time you've seen that.
No, but he's like, man, what'd you do, bud?
Yeah.
You look terrible.
Well, and he's like, oh, he looks barely alive.
Yeah.
And he's mumbling and muttering to himself. Like, Rand is just sitting so still.
Yeah.
Okay. And the real question is like, hey, are the old days actually better when we were being chased down the river by Trollocs and, you know, Fades? Or is it better now being chased by Golem and Forsaken?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, the old days were better.
And
but
also,
it's like, you know more.
like, trying to be stabbed by dark friends everywhere you go.
Right.
That whole thing.
Yeah. And they were by themselves back then, and now he's got, like, skills.
Oh, so many skills.
So many skills, but, you know, it's tough.
Yeah. But then Tom sings the little ditty.
He does about
sings a little song.
The old road.
About the old road.
Yeah.
Because you can't go back. The wheel just keeps on turning.
Exactly. And we get like a little flashback here with the memories of Matt's.
Matt does have some memories of the Queen of Eridol.
Shadow Logoth, if you've forgotten.
Logoth.
Yeah.
And something about that.
Something. He hasn't felt the pull of the dagger in a long time. So that's just like another reference there.
Just a little bit of a hint of like, don't forget.
Yeah, this is still a thing that might affect him.
This is a thing.
Remember that time?
And Patton Fane is somewhere.
He's behind the bushes.
Something.
That's funny. Okay.
And yeah, they're just going to keep on down the road, talking and talking.
Yeah, going down memory lane.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's pretty good, because there's like more nostalgia. There's actually like a lot. And then Talmanis gets sucked into it too. And they're like, hey, Talmanis, something, how do you want to get written into these old stories? You got to pay for it though. There's some laughter and banter. It's all fun. But what I do want to mention here is we get a bit of a side conversation about Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got the Tower of Genji thing coming up. Now, Oliver knows he can't be the third, because there's got to be 3.
Okay, yeah.
Oliver's like, okay, I understand I don't get to be the third guy to go into the tower because you're a kid. But he's pretty sure that he gets to, like, stand guard outside the tower or something.
Well, he's been playing a lot of Snakes and Foxes, determined to find a way to beat it.
Yeah, because there was that one time, if you remember, he was like, Matt, I won. I did it. I actually won the game. And Matt's like, sure, man. No, you didn't, because you can't win the game, because that's kind of the point of the game.
Yeah.
But Oliver's like, oh, I get to stand outside guard and all that. And then Matt and Tom are like, well, I don't want to be the one to tell him, like, no.
Hell no.
You don't get to come with us.
Yeah.
You're not coming. And that's going to be sad for little Oliver.
It might be, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Distressing. Distressing. It's like the only thing he's focused on.
It's like the only thing. And what if he actually does figure it out and he probably should go?
You want the child to go into danger?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Not surprised.
Why not?
I'm not surprised.
All right, now we're finally going to get in sight of the town.
Right,
and they see some villagers out and about doing villager things.
Like normal stuff.
Normal things. And Tomanis is like, oh, good, they're normal and they're regular and they're not sinking into the ground. And
yeah.
Like, that's great news.
No ghosts from what it looks like.
From what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's another cheese town, too, apparently. Hinderstep.
Yes.
Goat cheese and mutton. It's good.
Sure. Except they're not going to share any.
No. But I'm going to point out, this is where you got to learn the whole, like, supply and demand thing of the economics of Hinderstep. And it's kind of weird. Weird stuff's happening here.
Okay, let's get into it. So Matt tells 3 of his soldiers to go off with the Aes Sedai, and we can all meet up in the morning.
Right, because we're going to have a night of drinking and gambling.
Right.
Because we're not giving up drinking and gambling.
No, we're never going to do that.
Just because we're married.
We're never going to do that.
We're still doing that.
We're still doing it. So Tom points off down to one of the inns and is like, that's where I'll be going.
Yeah, he's got to go find his
trots on ahead so he can make a Glee Man's entrance.
He's going to do the thing, and he's going to get his own information.
And his flourish and whatever.
Yeah. It's been a while since someone, like, looked at him like, hey.
Yeah,
Glee
and
Man.
then Matt thinks, oh, we're lucky to have found this village in the middle of nowhere on this old ancient road.
Yeah, super normal. It's all good. Nothing bad can happen here.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And I'm kind of like, so we just had this whole kind of weird story about the Queen of Eridol.
Yeah.
And Matt feeling like a dagger pull.
Sure.
So I don't know. I'm feeling like, uh-oh.
It's like, at what point do things get too weird?
Yeah.
And are we concerned?
It's starting. It's starting.
Yeah.
And if you need more convincing, let's meet the mayor.
Let's go. But before that even happens, though, there's a couple of instances here, because we do get the whole everyone rides in, the Aes Sedai go off, and they're talking to all the ladies, because, ladies going to be chatting with Aes Sedai, I guess. And then Matt notices that the people all have clothes that look like they've been torn.
Yeah.
And then they're very carefully mended. And then that's the whole point about they have lots of sheep here, and they should have lots of wool to make lots of clothes.
Yeah.
But they're just like remending clothes. And then one of the things that they want to trade for, they want to trade for clothes.
Oh.
So it's like, what? It's just like, it doesn't make sense.
No, it's weird.
Yeah, you don't trade for something that your town can provide.
This is Bizarro Town.
It's Bizarro. Yeah.
Bizarro.
Bizarro.
Okay, now the mayor comes up to talk to Matt because he looks like a lord, and the mayor tells him the rules.
Yeah, here we go. Let's do this.
You can come and trade, even though we don't have much to spare.
Yeah.
And then Talmanis is like, not even some of your delicious cheese?
Right, it's cheese town. Where's all the cheese?
Come on, I heard that that's what you make here.
Yeah, and to be fair, lots of food is going bad all over the place.
No,
that makes sense.
Food's going bad.
That checks out.
We're willing to trade cloth or clothes for a little bit of food.
Yeah, so that's what doesn't make sense.
And that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
Now, the most important rule that they have to follow is there's a curfew.
Yeah.
All outsiders must be out of town by nightfall.
Right.
And Matt's like, that's in 3 hours.
Excuse me.
And it's going to interrupt my night of drinking and gambling and sleeping in a bed.
Yeah, and nobody likes this.
Especially the Aes Sedai.
Well, yeah, they also want to sleep in beds.
They're like, no. And then Jolene bustles up and tries to use her authority and is like, surely
Yeah. Surely you can
and she like
bend the
flashes
rules.
her great serpent ring.
Yeah.
And is like, this obviously shouldn't apply to us. And he's like, no exceptions.
Well, and it's kind of funny because, like, she does have a point where if the town wants to close themselves off to outsiders because they want to keep themselves safe, for example.
Yeah.
If they've had lots of bandits or whatever, like something crazy like that. Like, I understand that, where the Aes Sedai should be like, well, clearly we're not just going to rob you guys because we're Aes Sedai. There should be like a level of trust. So her argument does make sense a little bit, but also just like the way she goes about things sometimes.
Well, just the arrogance and the smudgeness.
Arrogance and smudgeness. There you go. Anyways, no. Curfew, get out by sundown. It's very important that by nightfall, everyone's out.
Right. Okay. So Matt's not going to be deterred, though.
Nope. We're doing it.
He will do drinking and gambling.
He will do it.
And Talmanis is like, are you sure?
And he's like, yes.
Yeah.
We are doing this.
So, good thing that Matt knows exactly where to go to find that local tavern.
Yeah, he knows it. He's the guy you want to bring to, like, Mexico, who knows all the little spots where all the tourists don't go.
He knows
the real places, you know, or at least he says he does.
Right, any country, really. Not
any
just
country.
Mexico. Any place you're a tourist, you don't want to go to the touristy places.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he finds the local tavern where he's not going to be interrupted by Aes Sedai in the nicer inn or by Tom doing his Glee Man thing. And they finally get there. And then this is where there's the sign for the drunk horse.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Now, there also was one more thing the mayor said in that meeting that didn't make sense. And Matt thinks about it on the way because the mayor was like, oh, don't worry about the inns making money because that was the point. It's like,
compensate them.
Yeah, how do the inns make money if nobody's allowed to stay here? And then the mayor said, oh, we compensate them. But that doesn't make sense because, like, what and how and why and, like, what's happening here? So, like, something doesn't make sense in this town.
No, you're right.
But no time for that now. We have drinking and gambling to do.
Right. And you know what I appreciate in the end of all of this? Matt is just trying to get food and stuff for the band. Like, this isn't just like, about him getting rich.
Well, he has a bit of a guilt trip, too, because he is ripping these people off.
He really does.
He thought about it previously in the last chapter because this was his plan.
He tried to buy it, and they said no.
Yeah.
So now this is really their fault.
If you really want to blame them, you could spin it like it is their fault.
Well, because they're all willing to gamble it, but they're not willing to sell it. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, because I bet Matt would have been like, here, take this chest of gold and I'll take your stuff.
Yeah.
But they're willing to gamble.
No, but pause. But before we even went into this town, Matt was like, hey, we're going to go do a thing and I'm going to resupply the band for free. And then he was like, Nynaeve and Egwene would not like this.
Oh, yeah. See, that's yucky.
Yeah.
Never mind. I missed that part.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he has the internal...
I thought he was going to pay for it.
No, he wasn't. His plan was never to pay for it.
No,
he does have the guilt, though.
That's not Matt. No. See?
Okay.
No.
We can't get into this right now.
I can't, though. No, Matt would think about doing it, but then he never would, and he'd leave the chest for them. That's what would actually happen.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's what Matt does, right?
Yeah.
Is he thinks one way, and then he actually does the noble thing in the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he would have if things would have worked out a little differently.
Well, we're not out of it yet.
I know.
So there's still time. There's still time.
All right, so this tavern is in, like, the back corner of the village, and Talmanis isn't thrilled about this because they probably water down all the drinks here.
Yeah, he likes the fancy wine, you see. Yeah.
And Matt's like, well, we'll just have to drink twice as much
Twice as much. I like his attitude.
Yeah. Now, before we go on in here, I think we should take a really quick break.
Okay, yeah.
And then come back.
Come back for the fun.
Okay, so we are back, and we are going to head into this Tipsy Gelding tavern.
Yeah, for the drinking and the gambling.
Mostly the gambling.
Yeah, he doesn't actually drink that much.
No, it's gross. Watered down beer.
Yeah.
So...
Ale. I'm pretty sure I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure there's a difference between beer and ale.
Sure. Now, when we're inside, Matt spots a table with a dice game going on, and he's like, this is exactly what I'm looking for.
It's the cat's paw.
Yeah, and so he sits down and throws down some gold, and that definitely gets some attention.
Yeah, except they're all poor.
Yeah, and so they're like, we can't play with you, man.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
But don't worry, play your silver to my gold. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's not crazy, though, because Talmanis has seen Matt do this before.
Yeah.
Where he can still come out ahead.
Yeah.
but it's fine.
And now we also learned earlier that Matt has a chest of gold, but it's all his own money, not the band's money.
Yeah.
So he's only gambling like his own money here.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the distinction
even
is.
Says, or like thinks to himself at one point, he would never gamble with the band's money.
Yeah, I think I really don't understand the bookkeeping side of things, because like, doesn't the band's money come from
Matt's money?
What Matt does mostly? Like, how does the band make?
No,
but also
Talmanis
and the band made a bunch of money.
Yeah,
from King Elrond.
That's true.
That's that money, but like, it's all the same money.
Okay,
like, come on,
what
are we doing here?
Now, eventually, a couple villagers do throw down some coins, and then Matt throws a dice, and he loses his first toss.
Which is good.
Well, yeah, I know it's good, and you know it's good, and Matt knows it's good, but Talmanis is like, oh,
that's not good.
That's not
Thought
that
you were
good.
supposed to win.
This is exactly the same thing that happened last time we were at an inn where a bunch of crap went down.
Oh.
When he was with Tuon.
Okay.
And he was losing on purpose.
Right.
So that he didn't tip anybody off.
Yeah.
And Tuon was like, oh, too bad you suck.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I meant to do that. And she's like, what?
That's what I do when I lose things. I'm like, nope. I meant to do that.
I did mean to do it.
It's
just
relationship building.
It's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But this is exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's literally the same plotline. It's because, especially with Talmanis being like, all right, that's enough losing.
Yeah, time to go now.
Because he loses over and over
it's
and
cool,
over.
man. Everyone has bad streaks. That's fine.
Yeah.
But first, we got to get more losing.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's play again, and then
we
more
also
people
start drinking the watered down ale.
Yeah, and more people start coming in, and more villagers join, and then Matt loses. It's
nobody's
all
getting suspicious, but he gets a couple winning hands too, so that it's like back and forth.
Because you don't want to only lose; you want to win some, so people don't get like,
Yeah, they're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a bit of a break while Matt's getting another drink. And Talmanis is like, I don't like this. And then that's when Matt explains that everything is going to plan.
Yeah,
Fear not.
But Talmanis is like, okay, now I'm not talking about I don't like the gold. Like, lose your gold if you want to lose your gold. That's fine.
I don't give a shit if you're gambling.
What I don't like is the people. Ooh.
Yeah, something feels wrong about these folks.
Yeah.
I've been talking to them, and they don't care about the world.
They don't care about nothing.
They don't care about the Dragonborn or the Shanchan.
Nothing. Yeah, and Matt's like, they're simple people. They don't care.
And Talmanis is like, yeah, that should make them worry even more.
Yeah, well, and he has a good point, because they are stuck between, like, multiple armies.
Yep.
And it is bad. Like, it's a bad situation, and your food's going bad, and things are bad, the world's going to shit, and they're just like, they don't give a shit. They don't care.
Cult.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. It may be, I don't know, a cult of what? Of cheese?
Shadow Logoth.
What does Shadow Logoth have to do?
Mashadar.
They were on the road. That wasn't here.
No, it isn't here now.
Oh, it's here now.
Maybe
This
Pat
is
and Fane's here.
actually.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Is that like an actual?
Well, I actually didn't think that when I was reading it.
You're just saying things now. So
yeah,
because
I'm worried. Because you can't go out at night because Mashadar will get you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Relocation.
Yes.
You blow up Shadow Logoth
in one place,
and
but
2.0 pops up.
Mordeth already left though.
Yeah.
Right, and Mordeth is the guy carrying around all the bad juju.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but Mordeth is also different than Mashadar in a sense.
No, Mordeth was the one who showed up and corrupted everybody in Eredal.
Yeah, but there's like a distinction between the two.
Hardly. In my brain, no, there's not.
That's fine.
And it's what's happening in my brain that matters.
That's true. So anyways, Talmanis is like, this is weird.
Yeah.
They seem kind of weird, and they should care about things, and they don't. And then Matt's like, whatever.
Yeah, and then Talmanis
fine.
is like, we're gonna have to go. It's gonna be dark.
Yeah.
We gotta follow that
curfew.
rules. Yeah. But then this is when we get a really dramatic scene because the door slams open and the mayor comes in looking super grumpy. Like he is not happy with what's going on.
Well, yeah, because Matt fucked off and went to this inn that nobody really should probably know about. And he's been riling up the townsfolk because it was in that last scene where everyone's like, oh, go get your cousins and your uncles and everyone's got to come down to the Tipsy Gelding to gamble with this guy who's just throwing down gold.
Ah, okay.
Right? So the mayor is not happy about this.
And Matt says, this is what we've been waiting for.
Hooray. I guess so.
And
it's
so
the mayor.
Matt tosses another losing dice roll. And at this point, there's tons of villagers.
Yeah, there's so many people here.
And he reaches into his pouch and he's out of money. And he's like, oh, well, I guess I gotta go. It's getting late.
Yeah, shoot.
And the mayor's like,
I ran out.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has to go now.
Yes.
It's too late. You should already be gone.
Yeah.
And don't think I'll make these people give you your money back.
Yeah,
And
because he
Matt's like,
lost it fair and square.
No, I know. But Matt has one more trick up his sleeve, and then he's like, hey, soldiers, bring in the chest.
Ah, the chest full of the money.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay.
It's time for one more throw. Who's in?
Yeah, here we go. Okay.
So obviously these villagers don't have enough money to match this chest of gold.
Yeah, like they can't keep up with his literal, like, his own pouch of gold.
Yes.
And now there's like a giant chest.
Uh-huh.
It's good.
And Matt's like, well, we could trade.
Oh no, look what happened by accident.
Shoot.
Yeah.
And then the mayor says, no time. And we don't bend the rules. The price is too high. Oh my God, something's going to happen.
At nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And at this point, Matt is expecting all the villages to start calling out to challenge the mayor on his silly curfew, but nobody does.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh no, he's miscalculated something, clearly.
Yeah.
Because now what happens if he gets kicked out? He just lost all of his money.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get supplies.
He gets nothing.
Yeah,
And
so
now
it's not a
he's
good
just, like,
situation.
kicked out of this town in the dark.
Yeah, and with nothing and no gold.
Yeah. And then suddenly the innkeeper speaks up and is like, I can give you ale.
Yeah, like we got alcohol.
And we got a wagon and a cart.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of villagers start shouting about the food, and they can gather from their homes and all the stuff that they can get. And Matt looks to the mayor and is like, hey, we have like half an hour till nightfall.
Yeah. Let him get supplies. Like, let him do it. Because, like, I got gold, you got stuff, I want stuff. He doesn't say I'm going to take the gold, too, but...
No.
That's the thing. But the mayor's smart. He's a smart guy.
Yeah, he should have just at this point traded. Although he didn't want to, but still.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But the mayor is super pissed off, and he does not want Matt to pull a fast one.
Yeah.
Using loaded dice.
Well, he thinks, and it kind of makes sense, too, because he's assuming that Matt is trying to pull a fast one because, like, he's set up this entire thing, and then he's like, okay, well, obviously you're going to try to win the last dice roll to take everything for free, so we got to be on the lookout for, like, loaded dice, and then we got to be on the lookout for, like, oh, is the chest actually full of gold, or did you do, like, a false bottom? Like, he has guys checking the chest to make sure that they're actual coins.
Biting the coins.
Yeah, like, what kind of scheme are you running here?
Yeah.
And it's just like it's a regular scheme where you just use your magical luck to, rip off villagers.
I know.
It's fine.
And Matt does feel guilty at one point. He
does.
I'm just using my luck like everyone else is allowed to do.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own luck. I just have super magical luck.
He's not wrong that everybody has their own luck. It's like, and why would you draw the line at, like, a battle and not at, feeding your troops?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I still think he should have just left the money.
Right.
Yeah.
Still time for that.
But it doesn't really sound like these villagers care.
They don't really care.
Yeah, they do want the money. But, like, for what?
But also we get the thing, like, do they actually even care about the money? Or are they just, like, doing something
that's exciting
that takes their mind off of, like, whatever else is happening here?
Maybe.
Because we've seen a lot of crazy things.
Yeah. Anyway, so we finally agree that the mayor is going to throw the dice for Matt.
Right.
To make sure there's no shenanigans.
Right.
And Matt is like, deal. And he tries to shake his hand.
Yeah.
And the mayor's like, no.
Yeah.
No touching me.
You switch the dice in my hand. Yeah. It's like a who's like a
don't
famous,
get close to me.
What's one of those Chris Angel, David Blaine.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, you're gonna magic me.
Yeah, don't magic me.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah. I was gonna say Howie Mandel.
Won't shake hands.
Germaphobe.
I was going for like the magician's gonna like do something and switch the dice in my own hand.
Yeah. Ooh, optical illusions.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand. That's what it is.
That's the one. There you go.
There
okay.
We found it.
We did it. We got there. It took a while.
Not optical illusion.
But, okay, for the record, Matt isn't actually sure how his luck is going to work if the mayor rolls for him. Yeah. Because that's like
He's
little
like,
bit...
I certainly have to hope this works.
And it's like, maybe it works, but also like in this one specific roll and instance, like, I don't know, we're just hoping.
Okay, so finally everything is all piled up on a cart outside the inn. Yeah. And the sun is just on the horizon now.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's inching down. It's inching.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Matt's starting to think that he's feeling guilty.
Yeah.
Sort of tricking these people out of their food and money. But, I guess we'll just see what happens.
We gotta do it. And then that's when Matt starts to see the thing that he sees that Talmanis
because
pointed
they're
out.
just like waiting around at this
And like
point.
everyone's way too eager about this. Like this is a crazy situation where these people should be willing to just like get like
but there's an edge of desperation to them.
Right. It like are they too eager to gamble
All
for
their
the food and the money? Like it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
None of this makes a lot of sense. And now Matt is like, oh, why have we been drinking and celebrating all night? Like this is weird.
Well, it was like, are they drinking and celebrating, or are they drinking to like numb the pain?
Yeah, like forgetting.
And it's like, are we weary and tired from a day's work, or
Yeah.
are we just like something else here?
Why are we actually exhausted here? Like
Yes.
what's happening?
Right.
Okay.
And then Matt's like, hey, maybe you were right, Talmanis. And Talmanis is like, we can leave then? And Matt says, no, we're staying. But you know what we forgot to mention? When the dice started rattling in the first place in his head.
Okay, yeah.
We never talked about that.
I mean, yeah. Well, they
It was
stopped
at some
now.
point- Oh my gosh.
It doesn't matter.
It's such a...
There's
That's
always
the whole thing.
there's always
No.
some dice roll.
Okay. The dice were rolling in his head when they like were on their way to the village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but now they're stopped because he's like,
And
we're
then
staying.
He's like, we're staying
Oh, no.
definitively. And it's super loud.
Yeah. And then Matt's like, oh, maybe I made the wrong decision. No, we're staying anyways. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay. That's the wrong decision probably.
Yeah.
Right there.
Uh-huh. And then in the middle of all of this, a young boy runs up to tell the mayor that the Outlander women are taking their sweet-ass time bathing, and they're
Love
not
it.
hurrying up, and they're not going to leave.
Yeah.
And the whole Aes Sedai plan was just to bathe for too long,
And just like,
and
I'm
then
not
just stay
leaving.
anyway.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's not even like a Matt and Talmanis pushed it too long. It's like,
And
this
like-
was never going to
We
work.
also don't know where Tom is, because Tom left before he heard the instructions.
Oh, yeah. He was gone. He
Yeah.
never even, yeah.
No. I was like, was Tom even there? No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, if you like, nobody's leaving this town.
Yeah, but the mayor tenses up and glares at Matt.
Yeah.
And Matt's just like, I
not
can't
like-
help you with that one.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he's lying, and this whole thing is a trick. It sounds like all of this is a trick. Like, from the mayor's suspicious perspective,
Oh, like Matt is alive.
like,
yeah.
Matt's lying.
Yeah.
And they all had this planned all along.
To stay in your town overnight.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
And we would even pay for the rooms.
No. They fooled us.
Yeah. Anyway, so,
So what are we thinking? Are we thinking this like totally normal curfew?
no, of course
Okay.
not.
I don't know. I don't know what you think.
Well, I was
Okay.
thinking zombies, or what's something that only comes out at night? Vampires?
Yeah.
Werewolves?
Werewolves, like a full moon type situation.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, and this is the thing. We have seen. Well, it's actually kind of funny because Talmanis actually says it too. He's like, "Oh, I hope there's no ghosts
Yeah.
at night."
And Tom's like, no, it's different than, or no, Matt says, no, it's different than that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he says it again, like here, where Talmanis is, because the shadows on the street are getting like longer. He's like, "Oh man, hope there's no ghosts."
Yeah.
So I don't any sort
And
of
Matt says
evil
something feels different here.
Yeah.
And just as the sun is about to set, the mayor throws the dice.
Yes, we got to do it.
The dice
Oh.
stop. Matt wins. Some people in the crowd cheer because they don't understand that the mayor winning is actually Matt winning, and then
Yeah.
their friends have to be like, "No, man, we just lost."
Confused. They've been drinking all night.
Yeah,
I understand that.
all day.
All day, all
It's evening. It's literally just.
It's
the
been
evening.
3 hours. It's not.
Yeah, but they
you
got
know.
here in the afternoon when the sun was still up. 3 hours from setting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not
not
that
all
long.
night. All night would
all
be
afternoon, all
all
evening,
afternoon.
all evening.
Afternoon.
It's like a 4 o'clock till 7
After
o'clock.
Eve. Yeah, it's a 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock drinking
Yeah,
fest.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, the mayor wins, but then Matt wins, so
Yes,
the town
exactly.
loses.
Yeah, and he's all angry and says, "Go, take your winnings and leave and never come back." And then like slams the door in Matt's face.
Well, okay, no, here's the situation. So they go, they're like out. They're outside of the inn, and then Matt starts to be like, "Hey, thanks for all the blah blah blah," and the mayor's like, "No, go get out!"
Get
and
out.
then the mayor starts bustling everyone into the inn.
Yeah.
So everyone's like out in the street, and the mayor like literally like double time, crime and squaw, F and C, right?
Yeah.
Get inside the inn right now,
Into
and
the
then
Tipsy Gelding.
into the Tipsy Gelding, and then they slam the door once everyone's inside, and then it's just Matt and Talmanis
and the two
Red Arms,
soldiers.
yeah, standing in the street with their money and the wagon of stuff.
Wagons, I think, or
I think it's
is
just
the
the
one
one,
wagon
yeah.
is piled with shit.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
Matt's like, see, it all worked out okay, but then they're like, wait, There's literally nobody on the streets anywhere.
It's way too quiet.
There's no one.
And then that's when the screaming began.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like, where did all the people go? They all went inside the buildings.
Yeah.
And we're not in the buildings, and it's nighttime.
Yeah.
And they're all like, get out by nighttime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe all the people.
Werewolves? What'd you say? Zombies? Ghosts?
Vampires?
Mashadar?
Other thing I haven't thought of.
Bright.
We'd have no idea what it possibly could be.
True.
New threat thing.
New threat.
Like, I never thought that somebody could just erupt like a volcano and turn into a pile of obsidian.
Yeah.
And turns out they can.
Yeah.
In this series.
You're just
and
bad at guessing things.
I never knew that someone could just throw up beetles and be beetles.
Yeah.
Turns out they can.
And sometimes you're like, hey, is that person trying to inch that ring triangle underneath the canvas of the carpet? And nope, it's a cockroach.
It's tons and tons of cockroaches.
Thousands of them.
Infestation.
Okay.
So it could be more bugs.
Oh, more bugs?
Well,
they all only come out at night. Okay.
Night bugs.
Night bugs, the worst kind.
Like moths.
Ugh, gross.
You know when the lights are on inside and then the moths fly in the door and you're like, there's moths in the house. It's so gross.
I do know that.
Or when you're camping and like so many moths get like where you don't want them.
Yeah.
Like that. Moths.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Okay.
Not butterflies.
No.
Because those are the good ones. Moths are gross.
Moths are the worst.
They're really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fun chapter.
Doesn't
go the way you think it's gonna go.
Well, kind of it does.
Does it?
Yes, it actually does go exactly the way I thought.
I guess we'll see.
The entire time, it's like, this place is weird and creepy and spooky and weird.
Yeah.
We got weird vibes here the entire time we're here, and then at the end, we're like, that's weird. There's weird vibes here.
Mm-hmm. Super weird.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think probably the whole Mashadar thing makes a little bit of sense, maybe.
Yeah.
Because that's a nighttime thing.
Okay.
Because don't be out at night.
Yeah. Well, we're doing one chapter next episode, and it's called Night in Hinterstep.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out what happens.
Surprisingly, no.
Oh.
Actually, no. Okay.
Okay. I listed a lot of things. It could be any of them.
Yeah.
Or none.
Basically, new threat or something.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
Well, before you go drinking and gambling, because you still can, even when you're married, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted and edited by Dani and Brett, produced by Dani and Brett with Passion Socks, Cody Fouts, Benjamin, Jamie Young, Megan, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Lance Barden, Adam, Mozyme, Michelle Forbes, MKM, Antoine Benoit, Lawrence Bradley, Colby T, and Gabby Young. With music by Audionautics. Please be sure to check out our Patreon page if you are interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon exclusive merchandise as a thank you. Plus, you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else. And at the time of recording, we have over 45 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. Find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show, like information on how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, how to get in touch with us, you can visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. And as always, please be sure to give us that 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference in helping other people find us. And if you write us a really nice review and put your Instagram or Twitter handle in the review on Apple Podcasts, we will be picking people at random to be giving out some merchandise like stickers and bookmarks, and we'll send them out to those people as a huge thank you. Now be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.